work it out, hit the gym, hit the field. Hey, yo, I need that. Big chips, man, I need that. Hustle hard, on the job, you can see that. On my head is real good, we don't need your feedback.
Thank you, Coach. EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to Oakland, California. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Denver Broncos and the Oakland Raiders. Two clubs here, each looking to rebound from a Week 1 loss as we're underway on EA Sports. Back in his home state, Royce Freeman getting the carry. 4 yards the result on the first play from scrimmage. Second down.
And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on run downs. It confuses the blocking assignments. It doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the second level.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Here's Bryce Love, played collegiately at nearby Stanford. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. That one going for a gain of 11 and a Bronco first down.
And that's a run that'll energize an offensive line. They'll take that one all day long. Fundamental breakdown by the defense. You've got to be able to make plays on the edge.
There's a ball thrown right side and complete. Past the 20. And all the way home for a Bronco score. A big play there. His 2nd touchdown on the season as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. And his kick is no good. An inauspicious start here kicking-wise as this one stays a 6-0 game. Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
Let's go. Let's go.
Carr and the Raiders come up 1st and 10 at their own 22. First carry for Josh Jacobs. And a short gain there as he'll get it up only to about the 24. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
He's coming. Double up. He's coming.
On 2nd down, Jacobs. Give him 8 yards there. Still a few inches to go, though, as it'll be 3rd down and about the length of the football. Trying to run for it with Jacobs. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, and it'll bring up 4th down.
It's 4th down. Right Monday down.
Chris don't travel. You ain't doing nothing today.
Express.
You ain't doing nothing today.
Back.
They go with Jacobs. And he's not even going to come close to picking up the first. They stop him right at the line of scrimmage. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And it'll be a turnover on downs. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. On first down, here's Love. And he will cross the 30 down to the 29-yard line. The tackle there by LaMarcus Joyner.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain, considering the blitz that they just had against them.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Mariota now. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Carl Joseph. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. He had a little bit of the turnover bug last week, 3 interceptions. Not an absolute disaster, but another one here. Do you start to get a little worried?
You worry about your team as a whole because you have to find a way to make those interceptions, quote-unquote, go away, and that means your defense. They've got to go out there on sudden change and at least hold people to field goals. And if that keeps happening, they lose confidence in the quarterback, and then no one plays well.
Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Brings up 2nd and 9 at the 17-yard line.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Carr going to give it to Jacobs. And he's going to be hemmed in and brought down right at the line of scrimmage. No gain. Play there, so that doesn't help. Now they're looking up at a 3rd and 9 situation.
Brings up 3rd down and 9.
Down! 180! Express! Express!
4 down, 4 down, 4 down.
That's it!
Throwing his Carr on 3rd down. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked by Deontay Thompson. And his guys are going to get the football at the 28-yard line. Darren Waller, the intended receiver.
Yeah, he's just trying to throw this ball into the hole in the zone, but those windows can open and close quickly, especially in the middle of the field. So if the timing's not right, we'll see interceptions like that one right there.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. LaMarcus Joyner with a pick, and he'll go down inside the 15 at his own 13-yard line. Jennings was the one. He was looking for.
The Raiders take over 1st and 10 at their own 13-yard line.
The Oakland offense about ready to start this next drive. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here.
Hey, Haywood!
On 2nd down now, it's Jacobs. And he'll take this one up over the 20 to the 21-yard line. Give him 4 on the carry, and it'll make this a 3rd and about 2.
Back-to-back 4-yard runs. Now, look, if they just do that all the way downfield, ball ends up in the end zone, but that's a little difficult to do.
Yeah, I think now 3rd and 2, that defense ready to stiffen up and stop that run. On 3rd down, here comes Jacobs. And he'll get this up to the 34-yard line. 14 yards is the pickup there at a Raider first. Getting the sense, Charles, they're going to put a big emphasis this afternoon on the run game.
And why not? What we're seeing so far, it's working pretty well from them. And here's the best part. We always talk about the best performers do their job when the lights come on. I think he likes natural light best.
Here's Jacobs on 1st and 10. And he'll get this only up to about the 35. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Brings up 2nd and 9 at the 35-yard line.
On 2nd down, it's Jacobs. Give him 3 yards, and now they're left needing a conversion here on 3rd and 6.
It's a gain of 3.
6-0 our score after 1. The Raiders on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6. Shotgun now for Carr. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off right around the 43. And they will finally get him, but not until he's all the way down inside the 15-yard line.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
They'll run with Love. And he'll be dropped at about the 11 after only a yard.
Early down stuff to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority 1.
Let's go, defense. Our time. It's our time.
The first throw for the backup, Rosen. Rush coming, and he's taken down.
Well, that's a pretty darn good start to his season, huh? A sack in the opener, adds a second one here. That tells you about his offseason. He came in determined to have a big year, and it's paying off.
The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long. And here comes throw number 1 for the backup QB. And it'll be intercepted. Picked off by Carl Joseph. Johnson, the intended target. This defense had 3 interceptions last week. They're on pace for more than that here, 2 in the first half.
Do not adjust your set. This is not instant replay. This is a defense that is locked in. They're essentially running the routes for the receivers and turning into the receivers themselves, aren't they? I mean, it is amazing what I'm seeing because the reactions of those guys back on the back 7, phenomenal.
And I think he's going to go. They're not going to get him. 20, 10, and all the way in. Touchdown, Oakland. A big play there. An 80-yard touchdown as his guys can now take the lead with the extra point. One play, 80 yards. Pretty easy drive to recap.
It certainly is, but not so easy to execute. Starting on your own 20, you want something to kickstart your drive and get it off to a nice start. They went for the whole thing and got it. That's a great way to send a message to the opposing team.
The Broncos take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And they had a nice little drive going last time. Threw the interception in the red zone. Costly.
bad enough to throw it anywhere, but that drives coaches insane when they're thinking about, hey, we got a shot at points already. We're already in a spot where you're thinking you got 3 on the board for sure, and to come away with nothing, that's a really tough one for them to swallow.
Yeah, will they make up for it? One play has them up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Play action here with Rosen. This one brought in by the 6'5" tight end Waring. And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done. That'll go as a pickup of 32 on the catch and run. They lulled them to sleep there, so to speak. That was all set up by the running game, wasn't it?
Another example of what all offensive coordinators tell us. When the running game's operating, it really opens up the playbook, and that's when they hit them with the play action. And you can see the defenders rushing towards the line of scrimmage, then scrambling back trying to cover. Couldn't get there in time.
Well scripted. They had the big running play, now the big passing play. Sharp there with his feet, gets him a little extra space, and then drop just inside the 20. Just what you want on a 1st down run. Call it 8 yards, and it's 2nd and 2.
At the 18-yard line.
8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's 2nd and a couple. On 2nd down, Love. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 3rd down.
That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
On 3rd down, it's Freeman. Freeman, a 1st down and more. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Denver score. Royce Freeman, his 1st touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Broncos have retaken the lead. Now they'll line up to kick the extra point. And he atones for his miss the 1st time around, as this one is up and good to extend their lead.
13, Raiders 7.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. That'll be taken in the end zone. Nifty move. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line.
At their own 19-yard line.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And last time the formula was pretty simple. 1-play drive, long pass. That maybe they just want to do that again, right?
And that's exactly how you want to draw things up. Whether it's on your grease board, right, in your playbook, 1-play drive's exactly what you want on offense. What they have to be careful of is not having a letdown. It was fairly easy last time. They can't expect that going forward.
Yeah, we'll see if it's that easy here.
6:37. Here we go. Express.
58, right over there. Yeah. Mike, 58, right there.
Now this time, Carl throw. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And for the third time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off right around the 43. That's sort of a second quarter to forget for him. Now 2 picks in this frame.
Almost as if the first one that he threw, he couldn't shake, couldn't get it out of his head. He ends up throwing a second one as a result.
Compounds the mistake a little bit.
Yeah, you got to be able to forget, compartmentalize, whatever you want to call it, and move on. He hasn't been able to do so here in the second.
A throw left side to start out. That's complete. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. The extra effort after the catch makes it good for a gain of 26 and also a first down. And just a small glimpse there as to why they like this rookie so much.
And that's why they lit up a little bit in our meetings with the coaching staff, didn't they?
When we talked about it, they did.
Yeah, you know, they like his work ethic. You know, this guy's running every route well in the route tree and getting better at it all the time, really honing his game. They expect a pretty good jump out of him as things continue to move on.
It's a pickup of 3, and we have now arrived at the 2-minute warning. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. A reminder coming up at halftime, we'll head to Orlando. Standing by there, Jonathan Coachman. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL in this second week of the regular season. From the 27, Rosen. Pressure comes and down goes Rosen. Cleveland Farrell showing his strength and quickness there, a loss of 4.
There's a lot of discussion in the offseason about him having a big year and getting to the quarterback. They held him without a sack in week 1, but how about here? Finally gets his first one of the season.
In the offseason, said he changed his diet, leaner, feels so good this year. Excited to see what type of a season he can have. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. And his kick is good. He got every bit of that one as it's good from 56 yards out. These kickers now, it's like we take them for granted. Kicks like that used to be such a big deal, and now you just expect them to make it.
Yeah, you're exactly right, and we shouldn't take them for granted, but I have a theory about it. You want to hear it?
Yep.
They are more athletic now than ever before. Talk about kickers. Trace their backgrounds, trace their histories. You'll find that they were big-time athletes all along, but their kicking was so prevalent that we made them specialists.
Well, and now those 50-plus yarders seem easy for some reason. The Oakland offense about ready to start this next drive. It was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You can never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity.
First and 10 at the 47-yard line.
So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up first and 10. Now a carry for Jacobs. And a 5-yard gain gets him to the 42. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5.
It's a gain of 5. Brings up 2nd and 5.
Carr. He's going to float this one deep right side. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off down at the 2. And they get the football, but not much on the return here as he stopped at the 7-yard line. We haven't even escaped the first half, and he's already thrown 4 picks.
And Brandon, back in the good old days, probably back before you were born, if your starter threw 4 in the first half, he might throw 8 or more for the...
He's got a convoy, and he might be gone. He's at the 30, 10, and all the way home for a Broncos score. A big play there. 93 yards. And the Broncos push further out in front.
I heard a coach talk about those late-in-the-half scores, especially ones that give your team a pretty decent cushion. He said those could be the ones that could finish off a squad if you let them.
Yeah, they've got the cushion. This half has been theirs. is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no thought to bring this one out. He'll just go down to a knee, and he'll take over at the 25. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And you're under a minute to go in the half, a first half that hasn't been particularly kind to you. How do you think they'll play this?
Well, I think the smart approach is to run out the clock, lick your wounds at the half, and see if you can come up with a strategy to play better in the second. But there's also something to challenging your offense right here. You know, hey, guys, you help dig this hole. See if you can get us out of it a little bit before the half runs out. Let's go make some plays.
They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. Here's Carr to throw. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Jacobs. And he'll be stopped right at midfield. Now the Raiders going to burn their 3rd and final timeout as they stop it with 19 seconds to go in half number 1.
What now? 180? 93. 93.
Edward got 40.
From midfield, here's Carr. Looking left side, it's complete. He's got it. And a 6-yard gain gets him right around the 43. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we'll send you back over to Orlando with our EA Sports Halftime Report, here's Jonathan Coachman. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Oakland offense about ready to start this next drive. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Now this time he'll look to throw. He'll get this complete to Batson. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. They convert on 3rd with a gain of 22.
First and 10 at the 48-yard line.
Working from the gun, it's Carr. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down. We saw this a lot in the first half, and it continues. These receivers just not able to get much separation.
So that means they have to win the 50-50 balls. They've got to go up with the defender and find a way to start coming down with them.
And this time, contact and another incomplete pass. Now Carr, after the incomplete pass, brings him up 2nd and 10.
29.
To throw again. Carr. He's going to find and complete it to Renfro. And this is going to be another first down as they'll make the tackle at the Broncos' 22-yard line.
That's another Raiders first down. 1st and 10 at the 22-yard line.
What now? 180.
Here we go. Check.
They'll run on 1st down. Jacobs. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down.
Taken down at the 14-yard line. 8 yards on the pickup. Brings up 2nd and 2 at the 14-yard line.
Showing
They'll stay on the ground with Jacobs. And they corral him just a couple yards shy of the end zone. It's a nice pickup of 12 yards, and it gives him a 1st and goal. So a decent deficit at this stage in the second half. 4-down territory?
No doubt about it. There's not a chance that he hasn't looked ahead and said, okay, if we gain yardage on this play, this is what we'll do going forward.
And he fights his way into the end zone for a Raider touchdown. Josh Jacobs, his 3rd touchdown now on the year, as his guys are able to pull a bit closer. Heck of a start to his season. He had 2 touchdowns in the opener last week, another one here in week 2.
Well, I don't want to call him a touchdown machine this early, but sometimes you get locked in, and you feel good about things. You get into that zone, and those touchdowns come in bunches. He may be off to that kind of a start.
It's like he was shot out of a cannon. I would imagine success this early, great momentum going forward for the rest of the year.
He keeps this up, they'll soon be chanting MVP anytime he touches the ball.
They'll try to run it with Jacobs. And he gets halfway there, down to the 1-yard line.
Well, they couldn't be happy that they were having to stop a 2-point conversion because that means they gave up a touchdown. But a little solace there. You saw some good gang tackling, stacking him up before he can get to the end zone.
We talk about offensive units putting in more 2-point period sessions in practice. Defensively, do you do the same?
Absolutely. You have to, because you never know how aggressive these offenses are going to be in games nowadays.
Freeman. And this winds up a gain of 4 to the 41.
Third quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6.
Get ready, get ready, get ready.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And here he'll be brought down a little shy of the 35 at the 36. It's a 5-yard gain, but they'll still be a yard short here with 3rd down now looming.
53, 53.
And he gives this time to the tailback. And he gets it to the 32. Good enough for a 1st down. A gain of 4 that time as the drive continues.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball, protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point. Going to make that defense stand up and stop them. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. On 1st down, it's Love. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 3.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on 1st down, that fits the bill.
A good run, got 7 on 1st. Here's 2nd and 3. And they'll throw it with Rosen. And this is caught for a Bronco touchdown. 25 yards for the touchdown. And the Broncos push further out in front. Extra point right down the middle. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
Let's go, boys, let's go.
Raiders take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started.
Bang, 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 bang. We're done.
On 1st down, Carr. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off around the 41. And the return here will go to the 31-yard line. Just a little bit of a rough stretch. 6 interceptions now in these last 2 weeks combined.
I know the easy thing is to go back to mechanics, footwork, things of that nature. I'm also wondering, is he getting fooled by what he's seeing on defense?
And that is caught. Touchdown, Denver. As his guys are in for 6. And the Broncos push further out in front. And let's count them up now. 1, 2, 3, 4 touchdown receptions for him in this game.
And just one shy of the NFL record. What a great performance. Going up and catching the football, creating space, and finding the end zone. That's what it's all about.
This one taken from the 7. And a nice job there as he gets this one up just shy of the 35-yard line at the 34. The Oakland offense about ready to start this next drive. They are right now just ice cold. I mean, they have struggled big time in this game, and they're getting blown out. How do they adjust?
So tough because we always talk about it being a team game, and you need all 11 working well together. But every now and then, partner, you need that one guy who can make a play against all odds that maybe can ignite things. And I think that's what they're looking for right now.
Yeah, you talk about going to your playmakers. They probably need to do it.
Find someone that you're used to touching the football that makes big plays and give them that opportunity to maybe wake up everyone else.
On third down, it's Jacobs, and he's going to have a first down as he's brought down at the 44-yard line. 3 yards there, good enough to keep the drive moving. They'll run on first down. It's Jacobs. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
1 yard gain. You draw focus. 93.
At the 45-yard line.
56 to Mike.
You're mine.
Check 56.
Now they'll throw with Carr. Over the middle, complete. That's Jacobs. And this is going to be another first down as they'll make the tackle at the Broncos' 27-yard line. Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. Carr now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10.
Check, check.
Express.
Run.
From the gun, it's Carr. And now here is another interception. Picked off inside the 5. And his guys are going to have the football back as the third quarter comes to an end. Back now in the East Bay. A lot of folks starting to make their way to the parking lot. Their guys trail big here to begin quarter number 4.
80. 53 to Mike. 50. Hey, Delta. Hey,
After the interception, here's Rosen. He's going to go for a big play downfield. And that is incomplete. Showed off the arm strength there, but to no avail. 2nd down. 4th quarter, you've got the big lead. If you're coaching, Charles, you still taking shots like that downfield?
I'd be a little more concerned with running some clock and making sure you're taking care of the lead, because you keep flinging it around, you throw a couple of picks, you can put yourself in jeopardy.
And he'll take this one up to about the 13.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. And I just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the 4th quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down 4th quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently. They have the first down with that gain of 4 yards.
Broncos first down.
51. Monday.
They'll look to throw on first down with Josh Rosen. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Maurice Hurst able to get him for a loss of about 3.
Brandon, more often than not, you'd say they've had his number, and we can count them up so far. 1, 2, 3, 4 sacks given up. But guess what? He's still been able to make some plays, and right now they have a lead.
Now they'll run it on the toss. And he'll take this up only to about his 18-yard line. It's a gain of maybe 3, but it's going to leave him with still about 8 or 9 to go on 3rd down.
Hey, quarter. Here we go. 53 to Mike. 53. Check 53. Bravo. Not today. Check. 53 is Mike. Check. 53 is Mike. 80. Twist. Monday. Check.
Out of the gun, here's Josh Rosen. Looking deep for Jennings. Oh, he almost intercepted it. They're just forcing it into too many tough spots. That was almost a 4th pick of the game. And now 4th down. Now here's Rigoberto Sanchez. Always a good sign when your first punt comes in the fourth quarter. They punted 3 times in the loss last week as he sends this one away. Watch out for Hill on the return. A very good return that time. 18 yards. And the Raiders will take over now 1st and 10. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
Now Carr, after the incomplete pass, brings him up 2nd and 10.
Whip. Watch the whip.
And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. The 2nd down play results in a loss of 2 yards. To throw on 3rd down. Carr got his man complete over the middle. That's Jacobs. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. A good pickup there at 22. On 1st and 10, here's Carr. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. Now the Raiders going to go ahead and use the 2nd of their timeouts. That's going to leave them with just 1 remaining here in this 4th quarter. The loss of 3 on that 1st down pass play. Now 2nd and 13. Again, they'll throw with Carr. Escaping the pressure right. They'll give him 8 on the play, and that's going to bring up a 3rd down. The Raiders on 3rd down. They've hit 4 of 7. This will be 3rd and 5. Carr going to throw. He's got a man open. It's Hunter Renfrow. And they move this all the way down to the 9. Now, after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. We'll take a break and get a report from Oakland after this.
Now, 58, 180. Stop. 180, we're good. 180, express.
Here's Jacobs. And they'll lose yardage here. They go backwards to the 13-yard line. It's a loss of 4 on the 1st down play. On 2nd and goal. Carr. And it's going to be caught for a Raider touchdown. From 13 yards out. And the Raiders make some inroads here on that deficit. He has his 2 scores, but still a sizable deficit in this game.
Do you have him in fantasy football this week?
Unfortunately, no.
It's too bad, right? That would have been big points, but he is really trying to rally his team as best he can. Things are not going as well the rest of the way for them. That's why they're down with this deficit. He might need to score a couple of more times to give them a chance.
To throw is Carr, and he's got it for the 2-point conversion. So they tack on a pair more here to narrow that deficit a bit further. So down a couple scores, only 1 timeout left. You figure they have to get this one. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And the Broncos are going to get the football. And he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. Well, 4th quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
Decent start defensively to this series. They've got to stop them here and get this ball back.
I like the way you phrase that, partner. Decent start. But now it's got to be more about the ball. It's all about the ball. Getting it away from them, because making good tackles is one thing, but the clock will run out on you. You've got to have the football back for your offense.
Exit.
Rosen off the play action. And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. Picked up by Gary and Conley. Jennings was the one he was looking for. Two-score game here in the fourth, and that pick, it kind of keeps the door ajar, doesn't it?
It does, and you wonder about their strategy, because with a two-score lead, you would think maybe you're just sitting on and trying to drain some clock. It's almost like they felt like, hey, we've got a good cushion. We can keep pressing it. It ended up costing them.
Here's Carr. That's going to be caught. That goes for a gain of 31. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Raider football as we get you reset. They've got it first and goal as they look to punch in a late score. They'll run it with Jacobs. Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be second and goal.
Pick the edge. Go. 22 jet bombers. 22 jet bombers.
One more time with Jacobs. And he's in. Touchdown, Raiders. Josh Jacobs with his second touchdown of the game, fourth of the year, as they are able to cut into that lead. So the touchdown was big. This almost equally big, as he'll try to get it to a one-score game with a two-point conversion. They'll try to run it with Jacobs, and this will result in him losing yardage. Back to the 3. So 2 scores down. Time definitely not an ally, but here comes the onside kick. And the Broncos are going to get the football. They knew they needed a miracle. They had to have that onside kick. They didn't get it.
Well, as we knew, even before they put the toe to the leather on that one, their chances of getting that done, slim and none. And I do believe we saw Slim just leave the door, didn't we?
We did indeed. I think we're down to none. He's got a first down and more inside the 30. And he'll finally be taken down at the 18. A big hitter there. A first down gain of 26 yards. Got to give a nod of appreciation to some of those guys up front over on that left side. Several key blocks sprung him.
No appreciation for the guys from the backside that didn't allow any leakage and anybody can run him down from the backside.
They're at the kids' table.
Okay, so front side guys good, backside guys,
man,
that's what you're supposed to do.
I've had better.
Okay, either way, worked out quite well, didn't it? A nice sizable gain.
Well, they probably don't need to run a play here, but you wonder if they're going to be able to resist on first and goal. This is Love. And he's going to press this one forward as they stop him right around the 1. It'll be a pickup of 4, and it brings up second and goal. Second and goal from the 1. And Rosen's actually going to throw it here. And this is caught for a Bronco touchdown. From a yard out. And the Broncos push further out in front.
Things are rocking easy here in the fourth quarter. They've got to feel pretty good about this one. Actually, they've got to feel excellent. Tough loss in the opener. No way they wanted to go 0-2.
I don't want to read too much into it, but psychologically, is there something much bigger about 0-2 than 0-1?
Oh, without a doubt. And here's the biggest one. Guys like you and me, all the media, are going to talk about, well, you know how hard it is to make the playoffs when you start 0-2, and that starts to work its way through a team.
And now they're working towards 1-1. The Oakland offense about ready to start this next drive. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride?
Some people like to do that. I remember playing.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Bradley Chubb. What a play by him. That's going to go as a loss of